Hello everyone, it's Ben from the chair to give you a spoiler-free review and a spoiler review of Alan Bennett's new film, Hallelujah. It was written as a play by Alan Bennett a few years ago, and it's directed by Richard Eyre, who is a long-time friend of Alan Bennett's, but he's mainly a theatre director. But don't know why this isn't being directed by Nicholas Hoult now. Maybe because Richard Eyre is older and can kind of like get the performances out of older actors. I don't know, but it's usually when it's a film, it's done by Nicholas Hoult, but this time it wasn't. I don't know why. This story is about a hospital that is being closed down, a geriatric ward at the Yorkshire Hospital, the Beth. Most of the hospital has been closed down. The hospital's administrator decides to get a film crew in from a local TV station, news station to cover trying to save the Beth, because the geriatric ward on the Beth is one of the few remaining wards that is open, and it is well known in the local area that it provides good care and quality to the geriatric people that go there to be fixed and helped to end at the end of their life. So this stars Jennifer Saunders as Nurse Gilpin, Sister Gilpin, Russell Tovey as Colin Coleman, David Bradley as Joel Coleman, their father and son, Jolin, I don't know who Jolin is, but Colin Colvin is a politician who is actually who is a kind of advisor to Health Secretary to help close down the Beth to save money in the NHS, because money's tight, blah blah blah. And his father, Joe, is gone into hospital, that the same hospital, because he's got an infection and he's got Alzheimer's and stuff. Um, this also stars. This has got an all-star cast. Um, um, this has got Jennifer Saunders. This also has Julia Mackenzie as a patient. She is, plays Marple, the second Marple. We have Derek Jacob, who has in kind of play Scrooge and stuff. He plays Ambrose, no last name, who's kind of a miserable kind of retired school teacher, lecturer, I think. We have Judi Dench playing Mrs. Moss. First time she's played with Yorkshire accent, so she's quite proud of that. Bailey Gill, Bally Gill, he plays Dr. Valentine. He's like, really likes old people and really wants to help them. He's like the head doctor on the ward. He's one of the real main characters, and you follow him around through the entire thing. We also have Lewis Aspon Circus. I don't know if that's a um, um, relative of Andy Serkis, possibly his son or something. He is in another film called a Kid That Would Be King, which is that a film about King Arthur, but made with children. It's quite about around school and what's the sword called? Yeah, can't remember what sword's called, but he's really good in it. He's plays the main character. He's really good. So it's an all-star cast. Jesse Ackley as Nurse Pilkery is like the kind of second in command to Sister Gilpin, played by Jennifer Saunders. Um, so going to the story again, um, Nurse Gilpin is up for an award because she's put so much work in. Coupled this with the TV crew helping to save the Beth, they think if they can show Nurse Gilpin getting the award for services to the hospital and to the elder community, they might be able to save the Beth. So the TV crew actually film the patients in interviews to try and get their side of the story, what life is like at the Beth, to try and save it. And you do get some funny lines from that. It's an all-star cast, really well acted. Um, um, it's really funny. You get kind of the father and son from um, Russell Tovey um, and David Bradley. I've gone went blank there, but yeah, you get the dynamic, and you follow Dr. Valentine around, and you sort of follow Jennifer Saunders' sister Gilpin around, and then you get the kind of stories from their interactions. Um, it is funny, it's fast paced, it's only an hour and 40 minutes, but I would say that the first kind of hour and 10 is okay, but the last 20 minutes it takes a real turn, it's something that you don't expect. So, and it kind of soured me. The ending soured me. I know this is from a play, so it's probably the same ending, but it really soured me, and you're like, oh, like, I just, oh. Especially coming from what the promotions were talking about. You know, the featurettes on YouTube, there's a few featurettes, I'm like, oh, so you're talking about this, but then it ends like this. So for that reason, I would give this out of 10, maybe 4.5. The first hour and 10 is okay, and then it just falls off a cliff completely. I would say the performances are brilliant. It's funny, it's engaging for the first hour and 10, and then just goes off a cliff completely. I don't, I don't know. I I presume the play goes like this up to a point, but I just mm, mm, misleading might be the order of the day. But that's all I'm going to say, because if you want to see it, you should go and see it. I will say, for this film, I did see it in a medium-sized cinema, and it was almost full up. So that tells me something, that, and it was a certain generation, so mostly old people, and the lift was broken, and one of them fell on their backs like the cinema haven't fixed the lift yet in my local cinema. So yeah, but it was okay. The it was quite a funny moment actually, because the daughter of the woman who kind of fell on her bum going down the stairs said, "Mother, you should have waited for me. I told you to wait for me, but you go off on your own, don't you? You know you can't handle stairs." And me and my carer are like, "Oh God." She was like, kind of telling her off. She was leading her down the stairs. I told you to wait for me. I tried to keep a straight face as best I could, but but it was full of coughing and spluttering and old people laughing. Considering what we've been through the last few years, it's actually been quite nice to see a load of older people out in the cinema again. Well done, Alan Bennett, for doing that. Now to the spoiler bits. We're almost 8 minutes in, and this is going to be the spoiler part. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 minutes in. Let's go. So, as I told you, Sister Gilpin was up for an award, and for caring, and you see her all the way through the movie for caring. And right at the end, I would say, the last 15 minutes. So you've had all this kind of happy, lucky, laughy, joking. All of a sudden, um, Judi Dench's character is given a tablet to film stuff on, so that because she didn't know what to say in the interview, so she thought if she would film, she could film on the edges, because she's like, I can't remember what it's called now, where people write stuff in library books and leave it in the margins. She used to work in a library. That if she filmed things, what was going on the ward, then she could say, "Oh, this is why I want to open." But what she caught was Sister Gilpin kind of giving people milk, and then all of a sudden they were dying in the morning. They found out that it was actually morphine, high dose morphine. Now, considering this film is supposed to be about caring, and that was what the featurettes were about on YouTube, like, well, this is a tribute to the NHS and what they do for us. Oh yeah, you know, it's a real tribute that the head nurse was bumping people off for bed management. I mean, it was a bit odd to say in the in the in the featurettes on YouTube. Oh, this is a tribute to the NHS. They work so hard. What? So you're ending your film that is supposed to be a tribute? Is one of the nurses bumping people off? Hmm. um, you know, oh, I'm so proud to call this at my NHS, David Bradley. What, the ending of your film? So 1 minute we're praising them, and the ending of the film is one of the main nurses bumping people off. How is that a tribute to the NHS? I mean, we all know what went on during the pandemic, of course, but here and there. But is that really a tribute to the NHS? You know, oh, well done, NHS. You do such a good job. My main nurse bumped old people off in the end, and she got arrested and spent the rest of her life in prison. Brilliant. And that ending after the story of nurses working so hard during the pandemic was a bit off-putting as well, considering what we just saw of Nurse Gilpin, killing or help committing, you know, killing the patients. Having a tribute to the people in the NHS at the end was a bit of an off put. Like, oh, she's just done that, and now you've got the main doctor being in real situations, using Ambrose as a thing, watching him pass away on a ward. I know was a good. He liked old people, and he did care, unlike Nurse Gilpin. But him being like, oh, this is what we do and what we're always here for you, blah blah. We're here for your first cry and last breath. You hear that in the adverts, on the telly, but that is from the ending. So having the ending of what Nurse Gilpin did to this kind of save the NHS, I found was a juxtaposition that really shouldn't have been there. You could have had it in the credits, in the end of the credits, like, thanks to the NHS for what they do, and this is a tribute to them after the film, but not actually in the film, but using the characters who you've just seen go through the ending. I found that really kind of, it was a juxtaposition to what the ending in the film was, or maybe the ending in a play. But I don't know. It was very off-putting and very weird. You could have made a tribute to the NHS at the end of the film in the credits, but not actually using the characters in the film. I thought that was really weird considering the ending. What happened, and then following this um this ending was just not right. So that left a sour taste in my mouth, really. And the first hour and 10 minutes was fine, and all of a sudden it went boo, which is why I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 10, because you have to grade the whole film, and if the ending drags it down, you've got to give it a lower score. As I say, I will pick it up, but probably not until it's like a £6-7 or something in a year or two, because it's not one I'm going to rush out to get. So that's been my spoiler part of the review. So if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.